Yo, this your boy Coop. This is the voice of the yard. We back, we lit. It's going down, man. Today I got my mans on the line. Real thorough boy. One word to describe him: authentic, thorough. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to give it up, do it up big for my man Mitch. He on the line. Hey Mitch, what's good, bro?
How you feeling? How you feeling?
Man, I'm good, bro. So this is the voice of the yard, bro. This that platform for the men, for the guys, the real niggas, man. This the platform for y'all to go ahead and speak and let us know what's going on. But just tell my people, man, a little bit about you, man.
Peace. How y'all feeling, man? It's I Reed Mitchell. I've been down this farm paddock road, man, for too goddamn long, damn near 15 years. And state to state, man, we was doing this thing. One hand watch the other. I know them good brother, Joe Coop. Yeah, man. That's the bro.
Absolutely.
He was up there doing the same thing that he was doing down here. Causing havoc.
yeah. We definitely had them. We definitely had them dark days, man, where it was going down, man, and dudes had to, do some things out of the normal. You know what I'm saying, to make sure that we solidified our spot coming home. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. But hey, man, listen, man, it's a lot of. I just recently did an interview, man, and me and my brother, man, we were just talking about the Erlanger case, man. And I know a lot of you guys was looking forward to coming home off the Erlanger case, and things like that, with them declaring y'all a habitual. So what's some of the things? Did you file anything in regards to the Erlanger case like that?
Yes, sir. I filed a 35B motion in Kent County where my case was at, and it pertaining to basically my sentence disparities. I was sentenced for 40 years for attempt murder, and I got multiple robbery charges. I got like 2 robberies and like 3 gun charges, but it's all from one incident. So with all the charges included, I got more than 40 years. You feel me? So that being said, it's a discrepancy where the facts aren't being introduced to the jury, and the whole essence of the Erlanger case. I got the Erlanger case right here.
Right.
So the whole point of that thing, when you look at it, it gives you the whole history of the incorporation of the jury and the protections of the people when they dealing with this court system. And in Delaware, it seems to be the fact that they omitting certain things and they asserting certain things. They omitting the facts from the grand jury. The whole purpose of an indictment is to introduce the person of the notice of the charge and the penalty thereof. You feel me? So y'all introducing charges, but you're not really not clear on the penalties because the statutes is vague and stuff. Y'all not giving the legislative intent charge on the grand, or not the grand. It starts at the grand jury, but then when you get to the trial jury, the petite jury, now it's a whole issue because they don't got no facts on the indictment to begin with.
Right.
You feel me? So a lot of people was never like, I don't know if you heard, but I know you just came home and shit. So I know they was doing some different things in Superior Court in Delaware. You feel me? As far as sentences involved, they incorporating the jury. They looking at what kind of sentence ranges are supposed to be associated with each charge.
Right.
And that's what they should have been doing the whole time. So anybody who didn't receive that consideration, now, you feel me, it's supposed to be another time to get either resentence or modification. That's what the 35 is.
Right.
It's a reduction of a correction of a legal sentence or modification. However you want to put it, it's an opportunity for them to go back. And you got a lot of people that file things, and I filed my things, and I shot my shot, and they got us on a perpetual stay. We've been a year and some change, and they took a group of cases and used that. Everybody who mentioned Erlanger and the protections of the Constitution, due process and fair trial, fair assessment, everybody who cited this thing, they just said, nah, we await. You feel me? Y'all gotta wait.
Right.
And it's like, how do you just put the person on stay forever? You feel me?
Right.
That don't make no sense. And I heard that you was doing this, and I was like, damn, I got to plug my guy because he out here stepping with these people down in these legislation halls and all that shit. And I'm like, damn, if I had to say something to them, what would I say? And I'm like, yo, we need fair assessment. We need mercy. That's what we asking for right now, bro.
Right.
Like how is it that New Jersey is changing their laws to reflect the state of the state of the fucking Supreme Court and all that, the national standard of protections of the people? How is it that PA is changing their laws? How is it that Maryland is upstanding and everybody is accommodating the protections that we supposed to be afforded, you feel me, as United States, you know what I mean, citizens or whatever you might want to call it. But Delaware just seems like they don't give a fuck.
Right.
Yeah,
And that's
French.
And for real, and on some real shit, that's an issue, man, because at the end of the day, if y'all fucked up and y'all messed up people's sentences, and if y'all did things the way it wasn't supposed to be done, and like you said, all y'all asking for is mercy. All y'all seeking is them to correct the wrong that they did. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like that's not too much to ask. And I don't know why the people uptown not taking it serious and why they got y'all just on hold like that. That's an issue, man. And anybody that's listening, man, that's tuned in, I'm asking y'all, please, man, go down there and look into why these cases are being held up. Why are y'all not reviewing the evidence or the stuff that the material or the paperwork that these men is putting in? Y'all got men just sitting on hold, man. And y'all don't. And you know, another thing about it is that does something to you mentally.
Yeah, because it's like it's no accountability in the matter. When you had it's a Florida case, I think it like name was like McNair or something, and they said justice delayed is justice denied. What are we talking about? U.S. Supreme Court. This is a couple years ago. Like, probably, matter of fact, I think it was last year for real, 2025. I mean, while we was on stay, this came out because they said you can't deny a person just because they took a plea. You still got protections underneath the Constitution, due process of fair trial, fair assessment. You still got protections, you know what I mean? And you can't waive protection like that. You feel me? You still have to have the consideration of the jury in a lot of instances, and it seems that these people are refusing to acknowledge or accept it. And you know, you've been here, so you know what the fuck is going on. You've seen firsthand how they had people in the shoe, you know what I mean, 48 and motherfucking 1, when the whole national standard was 23 and 1. You feel me? We getting 3 hours a week, 12 hours a month in the shoe program, and motherfucking I'm watching shit and reading shit in the paper. Like, what the fuck is 23 and what? I come out 3 days a week, cold showers on a Tuesday. You feel me?
Right.
Like, and we was the last fucking state to actually have the old ACLU. That shit happened in 2016. You feel me? Niggas getting one phone call a motherfucking week and all kind of shit. Like, Delaware always been behind the fucking times. And even like the simple shit, because you talk about jail conditions, it was a whole big thing last year where AC ain't never been in a jail on a compound. You feel me? And that was the only thing. They had a whole DOC investigation, or they had a whole Justice Department investigation, and it started with the DOC, and it was coming to the corrections and the prisons and looking up like the conditions of the prison and all that shit, and it resulted in them putting AC in a few buildings out here and all that.
Right.
But at the end of the fucking day, like, yeah, y'all overcharging us. Yeah, y'all sweating this out. Y'all, you know what I mean, charging our community. Yeah, y'all not paying the prisoners a proper wage, a living wage. You know what I mean? I got to spend my whole check on some bars and soap and fucking, what's that shit called? Hygiene, the fucking toothpaste and all that shit. But at the end of the fucking day, we still supposed to get a fair shake dealing with these court stuff. That's on the back end when we trying to go home. You know what I mean? We got to go through the process. You know, they're going to take us to the rigor because we all did our crime, you feel me? But it's the mercy of the situation. How you going to have any type of fairness when you motherfuckers can't be accountable, you feel me? If I'm supposed to have due process underneath the motherfucking, underneath the Constitution. No matter where I'm at and whose jurisdiction I'm in, I need to have due process. Regardless, I'm a man, you feel me? Absolutely. At the end of the day, so you can't say I'm just an account, a trust number, you know what I mean? Y'all just, every time I get a receipt, you know what I mean? Y'all taking y'all tab and motherfucking, that's all I'm good for. Nah, y'all gotta motherfucking give me. It's time to roll, like, you feel me?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, or pre-sentence, we need to get modified, we need to be reassessed. I mean, however y'all gotta do it, y'all gotta put us in. Like,
yeah,
I don't understand.
And it's crazy that like, you know, Delaware, even with the air conditioning down there, like, okay, y'all put air conditioners in the buildings. It was extremely hot. I remember nights down there sweating like the walls are sweating. You know what I'm saying? And I was just recently talking about this on an interview I did with Tom D. Like, bro, that's crazy, bro. They got laws out here protecting animals. Like, you can't even leave an animal in a car, a hot car. You feel me?
Yeah.
But they was leaving us in hot ass buildings. I'm talking about brick concrete buildings, and we was like basically suffering in them joints. But what we saying here, man, what we really bringing up is the fact that, like, you know, even though they did these things, okay, yeah, whoop-de-doo, they put ACs in the building. That's not even scratching the surface of the injustices. That's not even a fraction of what's really going on. We got issues on the highest level. We got issues with the courts. We got issues with the bells. We got issues with the you know, fuck commissary. We talking about the men coming home. You know, you niggas that's so caught up on commissary, you niggas is goofy, man. And all them niggas that's caught up on the small, minute things, you know, that shit is goofy. I mean, it's relevant, but at the end of the day, the bigger picture is we got way bigger issues, man. And we need reform. We need somebody to look into the courts and see why they not.
Even on the back end with this Senate Bill 10, they just filed they just passed that good motion last year, the Senate Bill 10 joint, and it was death by incarceration to combat that. Basically, motherfuckers, everybody who got sentenced way back in the day, and even more recently, that y'all giving outrageous numbers, 40 plus years, 50 plus years, 80 plus years, 90 plus years, 100 plus years, multiple life sentences. And, you know, ain't no parole in Delaware. So if you get a number like that, like, you just got to do that shit. Ain't no motherfucking, astronomical amounts of good time and all that shit. You gonna work it down, and you doing half of this, and ain't none of that shit. You doing all that. You doing 85% truth in sentencing, nigga, and you're gonna motherfucking damn near max that bitch out. You know what I mean? But fuck all that shit. The death by incarceration thing, y'all got the old heads right now. You got people. It was said that if you 60 and up, and you got 15 years, and you should be eligible for basically like a compassionate release type of situation if you've been rehabilitated. Or if you got 25 and you're under 60, you're still eligible for that same compassionate release and can be reviewed by the courts.
Right.
They telling everybody right now, you got 40 years in, 39 years in, 50 years in, yo, you're not eligible. Like, how the fuck does that make sense? Y'all just passed the whole legislation and said it was for these reasons. And then, motherfucker, when it come time to put to pay the motherfucking tab, y'all telling people that they not eligible. They already been sitting on the farm for 40 years. Since I've been born, bro.
Wow.
I'm only 30. I'm gonna be 37.
Right.
You know what I mean? They've been sitting right here my whole life for shit that they did back in the day.
Right. And they not letting them get a chance, the opportunity to come home. So
they tell they spinning them.
So at the end of the day, like, the legislation, we making bills, y'all passing bills, and y'all putting all these things in motion, and the jails is still denying men the opportunity to even, you know, to do something with these bills or this legislation. So I'm saying, who do we go to? The question that I'm asking the people out here right now is, who do the men contact? Who do we contact? Because I'm backing their play. I'm one of them bulls. I'm on the front line. So, and there's other men like me, just like me. We backing their play. I'm saying, if you know something, man, you know somewhere we gotta go. If we gotta come together, man, we ain't on no violent. We ain't on nothing violent. We ain't trying to bring violence to no establishment, man. We just want answers. We want somebody to look into it. If you a senator, if you a legislator, man, if you know something, man, what's going on, man? Y'all passed the bills. The governor sat and signed the bills. But when the men bring it up to the counselors and the people inside the institutions, man, they're denying them. They're denying the men the opportunity to come home. You know what I'm saying? That's an issue, man. That's definitely an issue, Mitch. Real right.
What's the name of the fucking what's her name? She the DA, district attorney.
Kathleen Jennings.
Yeah, Kathleen Jennings. All right, so she top dog with this nonsense, bro. She denying everything. She's opposing everything. Like, why don't you just tip the king? But they had a No Kings rally out there like last year or something.
Right.
Tip the king. And I'm not saying that, bro. It's like 300 people. 300 people got Erlanger Kings, and they dismissed probably like 50 of them already while they was on stay. Y'all violated the stay and denied these people already. Took them out of the limbo process and straight kicked them out the car already. So now you got, you know what I mean, a couple hundred people that's still waiting on the process, and it's already it's on its face. You feel me? They had to redo all the habitual offenders because they was over sentenced. You feel me? They couldn't do that. You know what I mean? So they already got a shot. But at the same time, y'all delaying the process. Justice delayed is justice denied.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? We need work.
Well,
we need attention.
Listen, before we get too deep, man, because we done covered this, man, and we gonna continue to cover this. And the people, I want y'all to know, man, the men is expressing this issue to y'all because this is definitely something that's touching home with them, man. This is something that's impacting them. These men want to come home. But before we go too deep, though, man, listen. I got a question for you though, Mitch, man. Like, since you've been in there, man, who is Mitch though? Like, what changes have you made as a man? Why do they need to let you out though? What makes you so special?
It's crazy because I'm just taking responsibility for all the facts that was presented against me, man. And I think I'm man enough to do it right now because it was just I was young and I was lost, honestly. And even since the last time we seen each other, I done made such an advancement. A couple of years ago, my mom had passed and shit. So she had cancer and all that shit. She had like 3 rounds of that shit. So on the last one, it took her out. But that being said, at that point, I had to go back into the word, and when I did, I always been conscious of some shit, and I always believed in a higher power. So, I mean that's how it happened. So I went in there, started reading, but I went a little bit deeper than the average Bible, and I went to some of the Eastern things and the ancient mysteries and the orders of Melchizedek and all these kinds of things. So basically, the spiritual path has gave me a complete tree of life. You feel me? And I say a tree because we are all seeds, and the growth is started from that seed. But it's up to us to make that decision and have that focus to address all these issues that's wrong with our life. You feel me? How to engage our relationships, how to engage our women, how to help them and build them up, our children. You feel me? And I already was looking for a path to succeed. You feel me? And I'm contacting the Way Home Project. I'm contacting the Hope Program, Dream Program, whoever. All these outside entities, the GBI, the Gang Violence Intervention Joint, or the Group Violence Intervention Joint. I'm contacting these people right now. I'm doing these programs in here right now. And I'm contacting them, and I'm saying, yo, if I was about to come home in the next 90 days, what you got for me? I'm willing to do it. I do whatever I need to do right now, and I do it. When I get there, because I actually want to be assistant to the community. You feel me? Right. I'm trying to be in these places. Once you see, first of all, it started because you see what's the reaction to these people. Once you get in the politics, like, ain't no downside to it. Nope. If you're doing the right thing, ain't no downside to it. So it's like, all right, well, damn, it might be a shot. If I could redesign myself, if I could change my mindset, I could actually help some people out. You read these different books. I've always been in the literature. So the Wallow book and these different brothers that came home and changed their brand to something productive and something positive to build in the community. That's the focus. So that's pretty much what I've been on. Exactly. You know what I mean? And I think and it helped me even out all the rough edges. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I got a total whole 1080 situation. You feel me?
Well,
we in the third.
Well, is there? I'm saying you definitely made a lot of adjustments, man. I can see it right now, even just talking to you, man. But you always been even during our rough times, man. You always had a good heart, man. I can always say that, man. Yes, like honestly. You one of them dudes that'll give your last soup to a brother if you know he hungry and he need it. You know what I'm saying? You was always willing to help and be there for a real dude. You feel me? So that just goes to speak for your character, man. You know what I'm saying? And definitely stay in your book and stay grounded, man, and know that it's coming. Your moment coming. But before this go out, man, you want to give a shout out, man, to anybody, man, anything like that, man, your visit about to end?
Yeah, man. Shout out to the guys, man, and shout out to the people out there, the families out there, man. But shout out to the legislators, man. Shout out to Kathleen Jennings, man. Yo, we need mercy. We need for a fair assessment. You know what I mean? We trying to exercise our First Amendment rights to actually addressing what's that, John? Not complain, but to file these motions and get some recourse. You know what I mean? Due process. So, damn, I'm forgetting all these people. We all got a bit of, yo, shout out to you, man. What here, watch the other, watch the face, man. We trying to change the look of this thing, man.
Listen, man.
Trying to put the right people back in position.
We doing what we gotta do, man. But I love you, man. Keep your head up, man, and tap in. I'm here, man. You got my number. You know where I'm at, man. It's the voice of the yard.
I love you. We will put it together, man.
Hey,
we gonna
man.
keep coming back.
Keep coming. Man, that was my man, Mitch. Fan. Thorough boy, man. I wish the visit was longer, man, because we just had a good one, man. And it's like, you know, just seeing the brother, man, knowing where he came from, knowing the things he been through, man, and he keeping his faith, man. He keeping his head strong, man. And you could tell just by the way he talking, man. This is one of them guys that when he get that opportunity and he do finally eventually make it back out here, God willing, y'all allow him to make it back out here, you know, and these bills and all these different things, man, you know, take place and happen and move in a productive way for him, he'll be back out here, man. He'll make a positive impact in the community, man. You know, but I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is the voice of the yard, man. Let's get it.
Touch a trim, be wildin' with it.
Don't ask why I take these drugs to fight these demons. And I was tired of fighting over custody agreements. They treat me like an outsider, you should've seen it. And you ain't load the fridge, you rather load a steamer. Why the fuck you lie on my face like you in my mud, brother? And that bitch gon' tell me whatever whenever a thug touch her. And I ride for the street niggas before my blood cousin. And he was a op, but he was a motherfucker. Got birth together, we was going to doctors. Broken cribs together, we was stealing copper. I should've known you was a cop when we was playing cops and robbers. For example, you told my mama that I robbed the barber. Had them red-handed, but I hope they dropped the charges. I'm going big, Nicky Parker. I ain't feel my face when I pop Oxycontin. Miss 2012 when they was actually boxing. It's 2020 when they actually pop. Been in the street so long I can see right through that